stabilization advantage, and then you win that potential 1v1. But Flash and Snowball, I don't think worked out at all. But we're into the next one. It is DOINB versus FOFO. Two very strong mid laners. Ryze versus Irelia here. And it is Conqueror Ryze. We saw Phase Rush Ryze earlier against Faker. That was G4, I want to say, brought that out. So now we're seeing kind of more the damage potential here coming out from DOINB. And I think it's going to be another Frozen Heart Ryze. This is something that, you know, I talked about before because I'd actually played against this when we did the playtest. And it is a lot of damage coming out just from the flat mana that you have actually on Frozen Heart for Ryze. And Ryze, while it's not the strongest champion in the really early game, you get levels, you get those rank ups in your spells, and you know, by the time the 1v1 happens, you are really strong.
Yeah, Fofo gets a decent early trade. Again, we're really looking at scaling being the reason the Ryze is good.
Yeah.
Fofo with a decent start, but getting poked around, and DOINB looks like he's going to be fine yet again.
And I think we're going to have to see Fofo be able to kind of get something done earlier. Yes, not being able to get kited out by the Ryze matters in the Ring of Fire, and generally we're looking at, oh yeah, the range champions do get a lot of the advantage there. But if this is kind of like a full tank Ryze build, Ryze is a really good brawler. Ryze is actually pretty good at just fighting it out point blank against a lot of these style of champs, especially something like an Irelia. You know, this is not like a Renekton or an Olaf who's just going to absolutely smack you down. Irelia has to finesse it a little bit more, and that can be pretty difficult to do against a point-and-click stun and against kind of all the tankiness and damage that Ryze is going to have.
All right, first cannon does go over pretty cleanly to the Irelia. Knocks down the minions. 16 of 19 in the first wave of CS. We're going to see how well DOINB can do. Heal comes over. Going to be in the ring. And doesn't yet land the auto.
Also worth mentioning, Ryze, very much a signature pick here for DOINB, right?
Yeah.
This is one of his picks that he kind of got famous with. He was one of the guys who I think really popularized the Righteous Glory, as well as kind of the Ryze style build. He had done that quite a bit in the LPL and Pro play. Known for some of his kind of dark technology, his atypical builds and atypical picks with the Nautilus AP mid, the Malphite and Kled and various things like that. So I've been pretty excited to watch him in the 1v1 and see kind of what clever strategies he can come up with.
Definitely a strong performer. We'll see what this one looks like now. He's going to shove the wave. He was taking a while at the beginning, but now he's actually putting all the cooldowns in, shoves the wave out. Okay, that's enough time for me. I want to push the next wave. Now I'm going to reset. So kind of planning his recall timings. Gets matched pretty easily by the Irelia, spams her cooldowns, and it'll only be like 3 seconds apart.
Yeah, the wave is in parity in the middle, too, so neither side is going to really kind of get much of a disadvantage there.
And equal CS. So it's thank you for the zoom in. Oh, the mid, oh, went down. Melee minions dropping left and right. Caspian drops on the right side as well. Looks like blue team is winning the minion fight right now, but the melee minion in the 1v3 getting focus fired, and that one's going to drop, and it doesn't knock down the back half minion. The caster staying alive. Oh, and DOINB misses the CS! It's a tragedy!
He's going for the full take Ryze. I'm just going to breeze on past that. So that's going to be Frozen Heart plus Tabbies here. This is that full tank style build. He could even go to Bramble if he wants. There's not that much healing that's going to be coming out of Irelia. Yes, there is some in the kit, but this is not even a Conqueror Irelia. It is PTA. So PTA, I think, generally less effective in kind of the really long extended fights. It's more about that initial burst style of play. And yeah, DOINB does go towards the Bramble. So will it be a completed Frozen Heart? I think that's going to be the build path. I think it's just going to be purely full tank and look to kind of scrap it out once it comes down to it.
I actually wonder if Frozen Heart Glacial is actually the optimal build. Again, he has mana ratios and it's 10 more CDR. Yeah. I'm not sure that's true, but it's a build that you would otherwise never see, but the builds cap out at 5K, so you know you don't need it to be another item.
Yeah, it's true, right? Bramble, I don't think Bramble is getting a tremendous amount of value here.
It does have on-hit damage, which scales on armors, like there is some direct value, like even just beyond the healing reduction.
Ooh, maybe he's not even going for that. Maybe he's going to go towards something else now. Huh. It could be going towards like a Lost Chapter or something, but he has double mana crystal, so maybe he's going Iceborne. I mean, there is still an extra mana crystal. There's nothing that needs a double mana crystal. Yeah. But like, maybe he's going to go Iceborne or something, build one of those into a Sheen.
I'm curious to see what it is. I'm excited either way.
Because he would have got double cloth armor, obviously, if he wanted to
right. That Frozen Heart. And if you're, okay, another trade coming in right now, though. Good route, walks back, stays alive, gets the move speed. Now right back in is the Irelia, and DOINB pretty low, and FOFO never goes for the ult engage, right? Doesn't press R into Q, and there's no flash, there's no way to dodge that. That would have hit, but he didn't go for the play.
That felt like a pretty big game of chicken. Both sides trying to hold on to their cooldowns. You know, it felt like FOFO was trying to get out a barrier, trying to get out some sort of reaction. And I think DOINB just wasn't willing to actually blow a cooldown until FOFO used one of his, right? Had the ultimate come down, I think we would have seen a barrier reaction. But both sides holding on to those cooldowns, and as a result, we are going to just be sitting at parity here.
Talk briefly about the Irelia builds. Hexdrinker, of course, in. Executioner's calling because of Conqueror. There's really not a lot of lifesteal otherwise in this build.
And secondary could potentially be Ravenous or something along those lines. It's not massive.
Zero stack Ravenous is pretty crap.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what his secondary is. Maybe we've already seen bone plating.
And just missed it, yeah.
Which I haven't really been thinking about.
I would expect
either way,
that.
I think it's not a bad buy. Having the Merc Treads for the tenacity there makes quite a bit of sense, as you don't want to be getting locked down by the Ryze. But with this type of a build, you're not actually going to complete a full item. So
I would actually expect Source Secondary for Transcendence and...
So it is Lost Chapter.
Okay.
So he's going to have Lost Chapter. He's not going to complete an item then. It's just going to be kind of these pieces of items that are pretty strong.
Unless he can get Sheen done.
I also think he had to sell his refillable, because he was sitting on a refillable before.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, you can get Sheen done, but like you're not going to complete the full Iceborne.
Yeah,
so you're not going to have a fully completed item. He has components only.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be the build. We're going to see similar stuff. Jorum's Fist, again, I want to point out, these stacked items are coming in late. Jorum's Fist is not going to have the full 150 bonus HP on it because it was bought late in the build. That is still an improvement point these players can make, is why the stacking items early. Shout out Faker.
Faker with the big brain, no surprise.
Yep, lost anyway.
That's true.
Big brain answered by the small brain of wasting the ult.
Sometimes
unlucky.
Our brain works against this.
Unlucky. It happens once in a while.
You think you're brilliant, but you're actually not.
So he adds a Ruby Crystal. DOINB is ready to go onto this one. Has some extra HP on the top of it. Final builds are in.
And neither side building an Elixir. That's another thing that we've seen some people adapting to, and I think the Elixirs are really smart. You know, you can actually afford that. It's a lot of power there, and that ring is closing in, as you said. We'll see when FOFO decides to go for it. I think the longer FOFO waits, the more opportunity there is for this Ryze to poke him down, and he could be looking for it now.
Forward, has the ult on top as well. Big damage, trying to roam warp away to get some space, but he's going to chase right back then into it, and there's nowhere to go. What a kill, FOFO. Waits out the match.